Roberts Amendment Number 1, FDA good guidance practices, while regulations with an economically significant impact receive extra examination from agencies in the Office of Management and Budget guidance documents with equivalent impacts may escape any cost-benefit analysis or any other scrutiny. The body of guidance documents is growing, both in volume and in importance, in particular with the Food and Drug Administration. According to the FDA's guidance document database, the agency issued over 600 final guidance documents since 2007. Now, guidance documents are supposed to be issued only to clarify regulations already on the books. However, they are increasingly used to effect policy changes and are often effective as regulations in changing behavior due to the weight agencies and courts give them. Accordingly, industries feel very forced to comply. My amendment is simple. It asks the FDA to show their work. When issuing any new Level 1 guidance, my proposal would simply require the agency to explain why the policy being put forth is done through non-binding guidance as opposed to formal rulemaking. My intent is not to prohibit the agency from issuing guidance. They aren't all bad. They are vital to industries that the FDA does regulate. But they must be used appropriately and to guide, not to implement new policies and avoid the requirements of formal rulemaking process. Now, the list of examples is really robust. Drastic policy changes being put forth through this means. Guidances containing incorrect information that it takes 10 years to fix, or draft guidelines that are never finalized. And it's not solely guidance. They are issuing agreements and bulletins and compliance policy guides, small entity compliance guidances, memorandums, and the list goes on. How small manufacturers ever manage to get a product approved through all of this red tape is amazing. Now, I know some of my colleagues will share some of these examples, but one I will quickly highlight is regarding medical device reporting for user facilities. Senator Murray released a report regarding the tragic outbreak of antibiotic-resistant infections in Washington and in states all throughout the country, linked to contaminated medical devices earlier this year. Senator Murray's report detailed that while hospitals did great work to isolate the source of the infections and contain the problem and alerted their state or local health departments, none alerted the device manufacturers or the FDA. One of the recommendations regarding a tragic outbreak of scopes was to increase compliance by hospitals. Now, when I looked into this, I found something that shows the importance of FDA updating guidances and using them appropriately. The guidances for how user facilities report medical device events was finalized in April of 1996, 20 years ago. That's when I first came to the Senate. The address isn't correct. There is no email or online option to report. So even if a small hospital previously unaware of these requirements looked at FDA's website on how to comply, they would not have been able to do so. I hope that the FDA will update the specific guidance in a timely manner. I appreciate the attention to my colleagues have given to ensuring this important tool is used properly. These examples about the agency's growing reliance on sub-regulatory guidance should be of concern to all of us. That is why I'm offering this amendment today, to shine some light on the FDA's use of guidances and to ensure they are only using them when appropriate. I especially want to thank Senator Isaacson for working on this issue with me, and I urge all of our colleagues to support